Yeah, I can't hear you, Ron. Let's see if I can hear you on. Ron, we can't hear you. I'm listening to it live on my iPad. You have no sound. Ron, we can't hear you. They're only hearing me. I'm listening to it live on my iPad. You have no sound. Ron, we can't hear you. They're only hearing me. To it live on my iPad. You have no sound. So good morning to everyone in Touch Base Daily world. We're having some technical difficulties. So good morning to everyone in Touch Base. We're gonna try and figure it out. Ron has no audio. Yeah, everyone can't hear you. Let me go back to my other setup while we try to figure this out. So everyone just continue to talk amongst yourselves in the community while we get our technical difficulties figured out. I'm going to come off screen for 1 second. Ron, we still can't hear you. Ron, we still can't hear you. I can hear myself. I'm live. Well, this is YouTube and this is live, so anything is possible. So as Ron tries to figure out what's going on, let's just get the show started. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Touch Base Daily. I'm one of your co-hosts. My name is Chris Edwards, and of course, we have Ron Lewis here. He's with us, but he's having some technical difficulties today. So good morning to everyone out in the chat. So let's see. What do we have first? Malik Payne is number one in the room today. Good morning, Malik. I believe that's how you pronounce the name. And then we've got in second place, Hannah, because I don't really count. Good morning, Hannah. And then who else we have? We've got Kim. Kimmy is in the room. Good morning. We've got Kelly. Good morning, Kelly. I hope everyone's having a great start to their Friday, better than what we're having right here. I think Ron's just I think he's restarting right now. And they're going to come back in the room. So let me put some stuff up on the screen as everyone comes into the room. Good morning, sir. Hannah says, good morning, Ron and Chris and Touch Base Daily family. Let's see who else. Out here in these yards working this morning, found a tree in my front yard with bagworms. I've never heard of bagworms. I'm sure they're not good, and they're not good for your tree. So let's see. Happy Friday, says Kimmy. Good morning. Happy August. Yes, today is the 1st of August. Summer is starting to wind down. I feel like summer is the shortest season of the year, even though they're all equal, but it just seems like summer is shorter. And here comes Ron. So let's see. Even though they're all equal.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. We can. See, I knew it wasn't me this time.
No, this time it was me. And it's so funny because it looks like the computer had reset it last night. You know how you do a reboot every couple of days, and so it wasn't working. So, well, that happens once in a while.
So we've said our good mornings. We've said our good mornings. We've got our number 1, 2, and 3, and then everyone's coming in the room. Of course, everyone was witnessing our technical malfunctions this morning, but it's okay. We're up and running and we're ready to go. So, Ron, I turn it back over to you.
Well, first of all, I want to say, if he's still here, a special hello to Malik Payne. He's one of my favorite people in the world.
And, he was first in the room. He was first in the room.
The first person in the room. Hopefully he's still here. If he's still here, if you're still here, Malik, give me a thumbs up and say hello back. It's so good to see him here.
He was here early because when I logged on, he was already in here.
Yes, I saw. I was like, oh my God, Malik is in the building. What's going on, Malik? And so let me also set up again, reset the Instagrammers again, because I had to reboot, so that made that lose that connection.
You know what? These little things happen all the time, so we just deal with them.
It's live. This is when it's live. We're live every day. Every day we're live, so it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
And so much is going on in the world. And today I have to tell you, I'm so excited because the temperatures are beautiful in New York.
It's really nice here right now. It is, I think, like 60 something. When I had my it's 70 degrees now. It was like 63 when I got up this morning, and I sat outside on the porch and had my tea and watched some YouTube videos.
68.
Yeah, it's nice. All the windows and the doors are open.
This is my kind of living. This is my kind of weather. I'm so
like fall
happy.
Weather.
It feels crisp, even though a little moisture in the air is still a little nice and nippy. I got long sleeves on in the apartment. The city's overcast, but it still looks good. It feels good, looks good. And I feel so happy I love this weather. It could be 68 degrees every day forever.
That's good weather. Because you can either wear long sleeves or short sleeves. I like it when it's a little bit nippy.
I do too. I
like it.
Nip.
Yeah, shorts with a long sleeve like hoodie on top.
Yes.
My type of weather.
This is my favorite world, and I'm hoping that they say this week is going to be beautiful. Yeah. It's going to be in the low 80s here in New York City. So when I'm in Martha's Vineyard, it will be hopefully in just the 70s. It will be in the like 78, 77 range. There's usually 5 degrees difference. And I am looking forward to just enjoying next week. Next week's going to be good. I may have a new client that's going to be hiring me to do some work while I'm there in Martha's Vineyard. So that's going to be nice. It'll be an association to the film festival, but what usually happens is some of the vendors, they have they have events themselves on the side. So I'm hoping that I can. I was just informed yesterday that I may have a gig within the gig. So I'm excited because the more money I can make, the better off I am.
Yeah, I know that's right.
I'm happy. I'm happy to be out there photographing the world. And can I say a big shout out to Jamal Shabazz? I mean, he and I had a great conversation this morning. He is such a, I told him, I tell people all the time, you're my mentor. You're my mentor. And we had such a insightful conversation about me, putting my books together and where to go and archiving and sharing and how to legacy. And man, Jamal he's just so full of information, so full of wisdom. And it was a delight to spend some quality time this morning after my nutritional therapist session this morning, which is going well. I had a great time with my therapist on Wednesday, and we're getting to know each other. And then she sent me on a mission. She sent me on a mission because she goes, is the nutritionist, because she does the nutrition, health, like how you're eating, how you're sleeping, all that stuff.
Okay.
How are you executing the goals from the therapist? So, and so we were talking, and I said, I said, I don't know if she's a sister though. And she says,
"Oh, you couldn't tell?
How do you not know? How do you not know?" I said, "I can't tell." I said, "I think she is. I feel like she is."
Is it a video call?
No, it's not video call. We talk on the phone.
Oh, okay.
And so I because I never knew where I would be, so I said I always have ours on the phone, which is great too. I mean, I could do video, but we were talking because my therapist, she's a sister, and I should say sister, and my execute my plans and skills and all that stuff and my goals. And until today, I found out she's a sister too. I was like, yeah, baby. I knew the right questions to probe. I know how to do it. I'm so good at it. I asked her, I said, tell me, where are you located in, and she said, I'm in Mississippi. And I was like, really? We're in Mississippi. And she was talking, and we would say, and then I said, so do you go out to do you ever go out to the line dancing and go to some of the country events and do some of the, where those fans at? Where those fans at? She started laughing. And then she says, no, my sister and I like to go to my sister likes to go to the rodeo. And I said, oh, really? So tell me more about the rodeo. You know me. I am a prober. I love people. I love asking questions. I love trying to understand human beings. And so I started talking about the rodeo. And I said, why does your sister like to go to the rodeo? And she goes, oh, she says, because, it keeps us in touch with our heritage. And, and she said, it's an African-American rodeo. And I said, really? I said, oh, okay. So it's the African-American rodeo. And your sister likes to go because of the heritage. And then I was like, now I got you pegged. Now I know who you are. I was like, I know who you are now. And so then we started talking about other things. And I was like, yep, she's a sister. Okay. And I love having these two women because she gives me all the list of things I need to do. She's like, you need to make sure. She gives me things that I could be thinking about when I'm eating and what times I should be sleeping and la 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 la. She gave me some apps on insomnia and yeah. So this is a really good 8-week program. I'm enjoying it. I'm learning a whole lot. And the reason, I mean, she was like, you seem to have it pretty much all down together. I said, I talk a lot. So I said, most people that talk a lot, when I mean talk a lot, if I'm going through something, I will share it. I'm not one to harbor things in. If I'm angry, I will say it. If I'm upset, I will say it. If I'm happy, I say it. I'm an extremist in my personality. When I'm happy, I'm very happy. When I'm sad, I'm very sad. I told her, my therapist on yesterday, I said, and she goes, so what's your coping? I said, my coping mechanism is that, I said, I've learned when I was 18, 19 years old, when I was in college, is that I am allowed to give myself a pity party, 3 days, 3-day pity parties. And once the 3 days is up, pity party is over. See what she said? Well, I said, really? I said, absolutely. I said, I don't believe in more than 3 days in a pity party, but I do believe in having a pity party. It's healthy. So when you struggle, have a pity party. It's okay to cry. It's okay.
Yes, it is.
To not take a shower for 2 days.
Cry. I don't know about that.
Don't take a shower for 2 days and just hollow and close yourself off from the world.
I'm not going to co-sign on that one. Unless you're sick and can't get out of bed. Yeah, I'm not going to co-sign on that one.
Well, depression is sickness, right? If you feel like, oh, the world is over, I can't function, I'm so hurt, I'm so sad.
I don't think I've ever been to that point.
No?
I don't think I've ever been to that point.
Has anyone been there? Am I the only one? I know I'm not the only one. I know.
No, you're not the only one.
I know a lot of people.
I don't think my personality allows me to, because it's like I can be in bed like 1 for a whole day, and then at a point I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. I have to get up, unless I'm like really sick. Like that's the only time, and that's been like a handful of times as an adult. But other than that, I got to get up, and just to walk around the building something. I can't.
Yeah, no, I know I'm one to say, pity party. I'll throw on a movie. I'll look at Netflix. I'll look at Hulu. I'll look at that's I and then but most of the time my pity parties don't last. My pity parties usually last a day. Usually just a day. Yeah. I'm very rarely a 2-day pity party person, but once in a while I've had. But my cutoff is 3 days. 3 days, I'm done. Get your butt up. Get back to life.
Yeah.
That's just me. Oh, okay. There's some more people in the building. I see Kimmy's in the building, and Mimi just walked in. She says, hey, good day, Ron, Chris, and RLP fam crew. Kimmy says, let me go to Kimmy says. Kimmy says, I usually recognize it's a problem and then figure out how to get over, usually get busy and move on. I'm the same way, Kimmy. Kimmy and I, when I came to visit Philadelphia, when you showed me around in Philadelphia and we spent our time together, I said, oh, this is my sister from another mother. And she got more energy than I have. I said, there's very few people that have more energy than I have. But Kimmy was like, let's go. Let's do this. So have you been this place? Let's go. Let's go to the subway. Let's go. Let's walk over to the Midtown. Let's go to the market. I was like, yo, I got to work out.
Good for thank you, Kimmy.
Kimmy keeps me going. I was like, this is my kindred spirit. Lovely.
Yeah.
I love it. Because very few people can keep up with me. I'm usually on the go. Janice says, it's healthy to comfort yourself when going through stuff.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Oh, did we miss Bryson? Oh, Bryson came in the building.
No,
he did.
I had his stuff on the board. He was talking about Busta Rhymes getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Cynthia Erivo will be at the Hollywood Bowl. And then, of course, SummerSlam is a 2-night event in East Rutherford, New Jersey at MetLife Stadium starting tomorrow and Sunday night. A lot's going on.
Bryson, one thing we don't do is forget you.
Yeah. I made sure his stuff was up there as you were talking.
Yes, we do not forget our Bryson. Bryson is our pop culture commentator. So,
yeah.
There you leave that one on the
So Denzel is starring in a new movie that was directed by Spike Lee. It's going to be out in theaters as he put down on August 15th, and then streaming on Apple TV exclusively in September on the 5th. It's been getting a lot of really good reviews, and the previews came out earlier this summer, or actually I think early spring. So that's looking really, really good. Denzel, when he plays a bad guy or like that rough type of guy, like those are the type of roles that people really dig into for him. And looking forward to that one.
I'm a Denzel fan. So Denzel can do no wrong in my eyes, as in film. What other actors have learned from Denzel Washington is how to pick the right film.
Yeah.
Don't just take a film and just compromise your beliefs, compromise what you believe in, compromise what your stance is. No, you take the film, you take the project that best represents you and hold on to your integrity. I remember hearing him say that years ago on some interview, and you can tell Denzel has picked the right scripts. I can't say there's been a bad script. Anyone out there said that Denzel has a bad script? I can't think of one. I mean, I do believe they overrated the gangster one. I mean, I think he did much better work than the gangster one. But it gave him the Oscar, but that's okay. So yeah.
Well, Denzel's one of those rare actors that whenever you see him in a role, you believe him in that role. Like some actors kind of get pigeonholed. You can only see them as one character. He's not that. Whenever you see him, it's just like, oh my God, who is this person? And that's why I love him. As a side note, ask my mother, that's her boyfriend. Denzel can do no wrong. Like she says, that's my boyfriend. But anyway, yeah, Denzel's one of those actors. You just love him.
Kimmy said he is iconic. He is an iconic actor. He is.
Yes, he is
very much iconic.
He is.
And
he will have a legacy.
He's our generation, Sidney Poitier. He's our Sidney Poitier.
Very much so.
We love Denzel. Also, who walked in the building, speaking of him, is Jamel Shabazz is in the building.
Good morning,
family. The great and wonderful Jamel Shabazz. Again, thank you for our conversation this morning. It was insightful. I took lots of notes. You know, I got to keep my notes around here. So my notes right here. I got things to do. Thank you, Mr. Shabazz, for enlightening me and confirming some stuff. And this is why also and this is why I'm a believer. Remember I said earlier in the beginning of the conversation is you do not do yourself a justice by keeping silent. People say, oh, don't tell people your ideas because don't say this, don't say that, don't say this. No, what's yours is yours. And the best thing about human beings, if you surround yourself with great ones and beautiful ones and people that are just wonderful people, you can share your thoughts and learn so much from their responses. Because like I used to tell Adrian when he was younger, I said, we love to play handball, son. We love to play handball. We play handball every Father and Sunday. We used to have Father and Sunday every Wednesday. Every day, every Wednesday was Father and Sunday. And as soon as he finished what he was doing, we would meet at the park, usually PS11 Park here in Fort Greene, Clinton Hill. And we will play handball. But there was a strategy in this whole thing because I would say to him, I said, look, no one becomes a better handball player or tennis player or paddleball player playing alone. You get better when you play against someone or with someone. Because as long as you play by yourself, you only have your, what you're thinking, what your strategy is, how to go to the left, how to go to the right. Okay, you do your killers. Okay, you do your rollers. You do all this stuff. You do your cut. You cut the ball a certain way. You know your skills. And you can improve upon your skills. But you really get better when you compete against others and learn their strategies, how they work, how they operate, how they cut the ball, how you need to react. That's how you become a better handball player, tennis player, paddleball. That's it. So when we're in this community, the whole purpose of this community is to make everyone better. You make me better. And I hope you make each other better. I know some of your lives are better because you're here every time you get a chance to be here. So speaking of that, make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you hit the likes to let people know, generate that algorithm. We need 100%. Once you get 100%, then it takes you to the next level. So get 100%.
Not even
likes.
That. Share this. Like, there's a share button on here. Copy and paste it, put it in your Instagram account, and put in your stories and share it. Let other people know that we're here. Share it on Facebook, yes.
Everybody can be sharing right in the moment. You can just share right in the moment.
Yep.
That's the beauty of YouTube. Okay, so there's a couple of accounts that we're going to talk about. Today is our Focus Friday, and we talk about accounts, social media that encourages, inspires, and informs. Well, I did my homework. I'm always doing my homework. I always got something to share. Whether you want to share or not, I have something. So, but the rule of thumb, if you have an Instagram account, a YouTube account, make sure you put FF at, and then let us know if it's
no,
Instagram.
Do not put the ats because it won't show up. For some reason, it doesn't show up.
Oh,
don't put the at. Just put the FF and the and then the
FF and the name.
Right.
Okay, FF and then space and the name. Okay, got it. Okay, no at. Sorry, my bad. That's why we were losing some people. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's one person out the gate I'm going to share with you guys, and this is because. Should we go light first?
Go light.
Let's go light. Well, this is a scene from New York, and this is Flushing, Queens. And I know this block. I do know this block. And yesterday, we had some major rain in New York, and we've been getting more of these.
I saw the videos
of rains. Let me tell you, it's been crazy in New York. Climate change is real, and New York is feeling real. And let me show you how we felt it yesterday. This was from yesterday in Queens and then different parts of the city. There's more footage out there, but this one was quite funny.
There is a What's in New York page. Is that the one you want to pull from?
This one is Samantha's 1887. But the other one is good too. What's it called? What's New York?
I think What's in New York. I think that's what it's called because that's the one I subscribe to. They're great with showing like all the things that's going on in New York, like a lot of like funny things, but also stuff like this.
Look at this one. Look, this is yesterday. Now, I don't know why people drive in this weather. Let me turn it down a little bit. The insanity, right? It rained in some places 5 inches in Jersey, just around the Atlantic City area, just above there, like they call it Tom River. River received, I do believe, 5.34 inches of rain
in a short period of time. Yeah,
in an hour.
So the name of the page I was talking about is What is New York? Put that one up. They have great footage of anytime they have bad weather. What is New York? What is New York? One word. I've been following them for a while. This is a good page. So if you go to the second row, first video.
Oh, it's followed by 2 million people. I guess New Yorkers are on it.
Yeah, this is like the premiere.
Yeah. This is yesterday. Oh,
this is what I mean. This shows my feed all the time.
Whew. I mean, it makes you think about New York. Is that the reason why you keeps you connected to New York?
It does.
Look at this.
What? We can't see it.
Unbelievable. Oh, you can. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, you didn't put it up.
Oh, my bad. Sorry about that, guys. It didn't go. Sorry about that. Here we go. Let's try it again. Let's try this one more time. Here we go. Now let's go.
Yeah. This is, I mean, you see this all the time.
This is the same things they used on the news yesterday, but they didn't have all the sound like you have here. This is a much better than the news yesterday. But we saw these clips on the news last night. Look at this. They said this became flooded in less than 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Out of your mind.
Look at this.
You out your mind.
They're on the bus. MTA.
This is on the bus. This is Park Slope. Not too far from my house.
Oh shit! Niggas just stuck everywhere, kid.
Yeah, this is raw New York.
This is raw New York. This is New York. Look at this. This was yesterday in New York City. Unbelievable. This is just Sunset Park, not too far from me also. This is Sunset Park. Unbelievable.
Well, just wait, there's even more. There's more.
You got the best. They have the best coverage here.
Go to the other one.
Look
this is like someone's place.
It was nasty here in New York. Look at this. Trying to get that drain out there.
Manhole, yeah.
Trying to get the sewer clear.
That is the one thing about New Yorkers, though. They will try to help out and make it better, though.
Okay. Well, the world is ending, if anyone was curious. And now I need new fucking speakers. Oh. Okay. Well, the world is ending, if I...
Look at this.
And this is the water's receding, like all the mud left behind.
Some of these places are not far from my house.
Look how thick that mud is, how deep it is.
Yes. Springfield, this is Springfield Boulevard. That's in Queens. I love that this person has a rubber ducky on there. I tell you, New Yorkers are too funny.
Oh wait, you didn't show you didn't go back to the first video because you didn't show the beginning of it.
Oh, okay, then go back. We'll go through. We'll get back.
Yes.
Look at this. New Yorkers are.
You know what that is, right? That's the umbrella covers.
Yes.
If nothing else, New Yorkers will invent and find a way to make it happen. He was like, I'm not getting my sneakers wet. Oh yeah, this is crazy. Yo, the price gouging on Lyft and Uber was ridiculous. That was cheap. They had people charging people $400 to go from Manhattan to Queens.
That should be against the law. This should be against the law. This gouging, that should be against the law.
Ridiculous.
Look at this.
Oh, it's happening again.
Yeah.
What?
Unbelievable.
It's over there too. Looks like that guy's on the sidewalk trying to get out of that.
They say,
I think he's about to.
turn around, don't drown. Why do people go through this water? I don't understand.
Well, here's the thing too. In fairness to some people, sometimes you're on the road and then all of a sudden you're inundated. You're stuck in the road where the water is coming up around you. Go back one more.
That's it. That's the only one. Oh, you mean the next video over?
This one. Train station
on the Long Island Railroad.
Yeah, this is Garden City. Out on Long Island.
Yep, Great Neck.
Great Neck, sorry.
Great Neck.
Yeah.
Man. Unreal.
It's crazy.
And there's one more. We'll do one more in there. And people don't believe in climate change.
We never had this when we were growing up.
Never. We never saw this growing up. Never.
Honestly, the first time I remember this ever really happening was during Hurricane Sandy.
That was it. That was the first time in Sandy.
And that was 2012? 2012 was Hurricane Sandy.
Was 2012 or 2000? Yeah, 2012. Yep.
Yeah, the reason why I remember is I had just moved back to New York and just got a new job, and earlier in the year, and then that September, everything was different. Everything shut down. Hurricane Sandy, just like literally, you couldn't go to work for a week. No one could go anywhere. Wherever you were stuck there. There was no mass transit. There was nothing. Everything was under, like Lower Manhattan was completely underwater. Even Midtown, like especially if you were on the east side, because I remember the NYU had flooded. I mean, it was really bad. But now this is just a regular occurrence.
It's a regular occurrence, and we're saying happy birthday to Lisa's mom. Lisa's mom is 82 years old today.
Happy birthday! Oh man, blessed to be around at 82. That's a great life.
82. That's a blessing. That is a blessing. If you are 32, if you're in your 80s, you are it's a blessing.
Yeah.
You are truly a senior. My senior neighbor, she kind of like broke it down to me the other day, last week. She goes, I want you to think about this as like in high school. And I was like, okay. She goes, when you turn 50, you're a freshman. You're a freshman in high school, right? You're a freshman.
So I'm about to be a freshman.
That's when AARP gives you push you out and gives you your information about being a senior. So 50 is a freshman, 50 to 60. Then she says, when you turn 60, you become a sophomore. And I said, that makes sense. Okay, I'm following you. And she says, between 60 and 70, you are a sophomore senior, right? When you turn 70 to 80, you are a junior senior. And then she says, when you get to 80, you get your senior crown. You are officially the senior. And then anything after 90 is just simply bonus.
Yeah. It's true.
I was like, I said, you go, auntie. I call her auntie. And you go, auntie. I like that. I said, I'm going to use that for the rest of my life. So I'm a sophomore. I said, I'm a sophomore. My mother is a senior. As a matter of fact, speaking about mom, I went to see her yesterday, hung out with her, and I usually go in the evening. But yesterday I went in the morning after I did my walk. And so I just did my walk and walked right on into the rehabilitation home. And they had just gave her a new haircut and everything. I was like, oh, you look amazing. You look amazing. And then I got to meet some of the nurses and that are on duty during the daytime. And that was a good experience. So it was good. She's doing well. She's looking way better. I just sat there and said, this was the best thing we've done. I mean, when she was home by herself, trying to take care of herself, it was not good. But
sometimes drastic change is good.
Yeah, she has the nurses, she has her medication. So then yesterday we had what's called a monthly meeting with the what do you call that? The administration over this, your relative. So it's a relative meeting that you talk about. So then I had to talk to them. I said, my mother had pairs of glasses. She had a pair of glasses before she came here, and she kind of like was overdue for a new pair. I said, is glasses in part of her plan of being here? And they said, oh, yes, she can get glasses. We'll have the optician. I said, oh, great. So then I went there and I said, she used to have dentures. I said, well, can she get new dentures? And they said, yeah, she can do that too. I said, can we sign her up for things? But I noticed they're not going to tell you these things are available. You have to ask. You have to
advocate for yourself and for your loved ones. They don't, because it's a service, but they don't want to have to pay out for it. So you have to be the one to take the initiative to say, hey, am I entitled to this?
Yes. I said, is she
and take full advantage.
Yeah, I said. Well, we got to get those. I said we got to get those items. I said if she can see better, I think it's gonna make her a happier person. I said because they say also in my reading on dementia, they say what some of the contributors to dementia is lack of vision, like vision care, and also hearing. So if your hearing is off and your vision is off, your brain is trying to work to compensate, and it's pulling away from. It makes the dementia. It accelerates the dementia and makes it worse.
Yeah.
So I said, well, we're gonna get those things done. Let's get those things done. But she looks so good. So, but today I hand in. Today is a bittersweet day because today I'm after I leave you guys, I'm going to her apartment, taking a couple of items out, and then I hand in the keys. In that chapter, her life is over. And it was like, I've been avoiding this day of getting the keys and turn the keys over. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a mindset. But today I will be handing over the keys to the super. I talked to the administrators yesterday and gave them the information and shared what was happening. And she said, just hand over she said, just go and do what you need to do, and hand over the keys to the superintendent. And that's super, so I was like, okay, no problem. I'll do that today. So another closing of a chapter, but I looked at my mother yesterday and I saw how well she was doing and how she looked. And I said, this was a great decision to get her here. And I was so glad that the Medicaid was approved and all the other stuff. So now she's all squared away. My mother is finally squared away, and I can just make sure I just monitor what's going on there. And the good thing about it is that my brother lives not too far from me, but he's not. We have different moms, and but if I'm away, he can easily get there because she's 5 blocks from me, she's 10 blocks from him. So, and if he needs to pop by and swing by and check on her, so while I'm away.
Well, listen, that is awesome. It's been a journey. And, this is a road that we all have to take at some point. If you have living parents, I'm recently now, I would say really starting the process of going through that with both my parents. My dad is 82. My mom is 72. My mom just had surgery and my dad has a lot of health issues. And, so we all have to go this road one day, and just know that advocate for yourself, advocate for them, inquire about all of the things that are available to them. Like you said, they're not going to tell you that these things are available to them unless you ask. And when you ask, you'd be surprised what is available and opened up to you. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was so funny. Lisa says, so are they going to discard her things for you? Yep. Because I said that, it was so funny because I've been plagued with this thought of, oh my God, I gotta get junk. I gotta fold things up. I gotta put things away. I gotta send it to Goodwill. That was like, it was such a stressor. And then Sunday, I was like, my mother's not using any of these clothes. She's not using anything in this house. Nothing's here. And I designed her home to be very minimalistic anyway. So it wasn't like it was a lot of stuff that, So I said, wait a minute, this is not my apartment. This is not I'm not using any. Look, I'm not even using the stuff that I'm getting rid of. I'm getting rid of my apartment. So I was like, why am I stressing out over this? And then I said, I can just leave it and just let them take the security. Because, when you get a new apartment in New York, you put down a security deposit. They keep that, supposed to be put in escrow. And
that's what that's there for.
And they keep it. And then they can take care of it. And I sat there and said, wait a minute, I could do that. And then so I mentioned it to my therapist yesterday. And she says to me, she goes, Ron, you won't believe it. She says, I went through the same thing with my mother. And she says, and my father said, girl, why are you stressed out about all this? And she said, because I need to take care of it. I need to clean the apartment. I need to put it back to where it was. Blah, blah, blah. He says, no. That's what the security's for. Let them take care of it. Take the things you need for your mother, the things you want to remember, and memories, things that are important to you, and then let them take care of it. And so she said, Ron, I know how you feel. I said, so when she asked me about my stressors, because this is what you do in therapy, I said, good news today. I said, I have come to a conclusion on one of my stressors. And she said, what? And I said, and I told what happened. And then she told me what happened in her life. And I said, I was stressed out. I was like, I don't have time for all of this.
Yeah.
And now it's all I gotta do. And I talked to the administrator yesterday, and she said, so just I just want to make sure I document that you're just giving us permission to take care of it. I said, thank you. So, all I had to do was just tell her. And then that was it. They're gonna take care of it all. Man, it felt like a boulder was just rolled off my shoulders. Yeah. And I was like, I am free. And I told my brother, he says, do you need to go over? He said, do we need to go over and get something? I said, well, if you want to, if you're around, I'll call you. We'll just pick up some stuff. Mimi says, right, Lisa, Ron, check under mattresses and just do a sweep of areas before you hand it over. That's exactly what was in my mind. I said,
it's true.
I said, look, my mother is not one to put money in the house. It's just not her thing. But I said,
yeah, but when dementia sets in, you don't know.
Have dementia, she might have thought about her years as a child and people putting things on it. I said, when I get to the house today, I'll be checking under the mattress. I'll be checking under.
My grandmother had dementia, and when she passed, she had a house in Jamaica, and there was money in the house. They found money in the house.
Really?
Because she was my grandmother used to hide money all the time because she always felt that people were coming in and taking her money. So what she would do is, if she had money, she would put it one place and then she would move it and hide it from herself. So a lot of times she didn't even know where the money was. So when they finally decided to go and clean out the house, they found money in there. So check mattresses, closets, shoe boxes. You'd be surprised under the counter.
I will check in today. Like I said, I'm going in after I leave you guys. I just didn't go yet. I was supposed to go yesterday, but that storm, I was like, nope, Ron is not going out in the storm. Nope. You can't get me out in the storm.
It was bad yesterday.
It was bad here in New York. Mimi says, yes, people with dementia, high stuff. Exactly. So I will be checking. That was a thought that crossed my mind. Lisa says she may have thought underneath the mattress was her security deposit box. Not funny, but funny. Yep, that's what I know. Dementia makes parents do things that they would normally not do. Yeah. Mimi says, check. Janet says, yes, but she may have squirreled away bucks. Sometimes they forget where all the possibilities. This is very true. So the good thing is that before my mother's memory started to go, we set up the bank accounts and stuff in my name and her name. So that way, when she was no longer able to pay her bills, I would be able to pay them through her bank account and stuff. So
you hit on something that's really important for all of us out there that have elderly parents. You don't want to have these conversations about death and stuff like that, but it's important. What you just said about having bank accounts in your the children's name, it's so important. My mom and I did this years ago. I am on all of their documents, bank accounts, life insurance policies, wills, even like cemetery stuff. I went with them and helped them pick their plots. Like my mom and dad have a plot where they're stacked. I know where all that stuff is. When they pass, they're going to contact me because my name's on it, my address, everything's on there. So these are important things that you don't necessarily want to talk about, but this is a road that we all have to take. There's two things in life that are guaranteed. Once you're born, you will die. And you need to, sorry, that not the thing to pop up, but you have to be prepared for these things.
It's the truth.
Yeah, because the worst thing to do is when someone passes and no one knows where anything's at or not prepared, that is the worst time to try to figure stuff out because you're not in your right frame of mind, especially if it's unexpected. So just be prepared, sit down, have these conversations with parents, with loved ones, know where things are at, make sure your name is on there so that when you go to these banks and say, oh, all right, my parents have passed, they don't give you a hard time because you have to show proof of who you are, relationship to them, all the stuff like that. All your stuff is there. You just go there with like your driver's license because you're on there, and all you can do is show proof of who you are, and then they give you access to everything. So, and then also, even if you belong to a bank and you have a relationship with the people there, go there, introduce yourself so that they know who you are also.
Yeah, I set up everything. Everything has beneficiaries. Everyone has Adrian's on everything that he needs to be on. So I sat there and said, but it's important, especially in this state. I mean, Jamel and I we were talking earlier, is that so many of our peers are passing away, and we're looking at the hip hop world and how many people just in general in our age group, 50 and over, are not living longer. They're living shorter lives, and it's just crazy where we are in society and where we are in the world. But you have to make a plan so that way you got to talk about it. I talked to Adrian about all this stuff. I said, Adrian, this is what needs to be done. Blah, 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 blah. What do you think about this? We talk about it all. You got to have whoever's in charge of your estate and all the other stuff that you want to have done. And Jamel gave me some great advice today about photography and how to set my photography up and everything, which I am on it. I am going to be on it. It's another reason why I'm selling my apartment, to just get my mind, take time and get my assets right and all the things I need to do for my photography career. And guys, tomorrow is not promised. And so we must prepare for it. We have to prepare for it. Any accounts out there while we've been talking?
I'm looking.
I have another account to share with you all on this Focus Friday. And man, this one be a little more interesting for you. This one there's a couple of these things I have here, but this one was here we go. This was an eyebrow raiser.
None in the feed.
And this is, let me just give you her account as I put it up in a moment. Here we go. Let's set this up for you all. And there we go. And this is, let me see if I can pop that on the screen and go back to it. Kashawn, I should think it's Kashawn Rains. And there it is, Kashawn Rains, the Calm Coach. But she has something in here that was quite fascinating. And let's go there. And there we go.
Most people don't even know this is happening. What they don't do? Right now, we are dangerously close to triggering the first constitutional convention in United States history. They're going to convene around the Constitution, the Constitutional Convention, and why it matters now. And what they're going to do with it once they convene? They're going to try and change it. I'll give you a moment to digest. Oh, wait, this isn't conspiracy theory, which FYI, conspiracy theory is really critical thinking, but they want you to think that what you're thinking is not actually accurate. So they call it a theory because all theories are theories until they are facts. It's real and it could redefine everything that we take for granted. What is a constitutional convention? I'll tell you. Under Article 4 of the Constitution, if 34 states call for it, Congress is obligated to convene for a constitutional convention, a gathering where delegates can propose amendments to the Constitution. So far, 19 states have signed on, and pressure is mounting for several other states. What started as a fringe idea is now in motion with specific agendas. Why does this matter? There are shall we say, no official rules for how a constitutional convention should work. No clear limits on what can or can't be changed. Wait, what? Once the door is open. Wait a minute. How are we going to have a constitutional convention and there's no rule book? So they're just going to convene and get together and just start scrabbling and change the whole damn constitution and there's literally no guidelines. I thought that when the president gets inaugurated that he swears to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States, but they're about to have a convention and say that we're going to change that constitution and there are no rules for them to follow. What? Imagine a room full of political operatives not elected by the people rewriting the Constitution. Ooh. Civil rights, voting access, reproductive freedom, gun laws, environmental protections, all on the table. Supporters say it's about term limits, balanced budgets. But ask yourself, with this much power, who is really going to be protected and who's going to be targeted? What's really at stake here? This could be the most radical reconstruction of American government since 1787. And it's happening without national debate, without transparency, and without most of the public even realizing how close we are. And in this political climate, where history is being erased, rights are being rolled back, and power is being consolidated, do we really trust the people pushing to protect the democracy? If you've never paid attention to your state legislature, now is the time. Find out if your state has passed or is considering Article V resolution. This is bigger than the parties. This is about the blueprint of the entire country. Every generation is handed a constitution and a choice. Do we defend it? Do we question it? Do we protect what matters most? This isn't just history being made, it's history being rewritten. And we still have the power to shape the ending. Peace, y'all. Most people don't even know this is happening.
Man,
they don't know,
that
right?
is that something? Is that some? That is, and then I do believe, for those that did read Project 2025, there is a part of the concept. Well, we've been talking about that in this community for a while. Part of Project 2026 is also to 25. Sorry, not 26, 25. Oh, we lost Chris. Project 2025 was also to redo the Constitution. That has been in the play for the longest. We say this all the time. We've been saying this in this community for a long time. They want to get rid of the amendments. They want to get rid of Amendment 13. They want to get rid of Amendment 14. They want to get rid of Amendment 15. Why are those amendments so important? They happened during Reconstruction. What happened at Reconstruction? That was when slavery ended. When slavery ended, Reconstruction, they put those laws into play. And the Confederacy and those that side with the Confederacy have always hated Amendments 13, 14, 15. And they want to return us to before. So, guys, she is on point. And yes, there is a movement. If you look it up, you Google it, you will see there is a movement to change and ratify the Constitution as we know it. And you would think this would be on the news, that this would be something that people will be talking about. But again, the things that are important, no one's talking about it. So, Chris, are you okay? You got
go into our private chat. There's one in there from Lisa.
Okay,
Lisa has two. I'm going to put the other one in right now. Just give me a second.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you, Lisa.
Okay, here we go. And Lisa has a
and she says this is a page about an Italian grandmother and her granddaughter.
Here we go. Let's check it out and pop it on the screen. I hear the birds chirping in the background.
I do.
Can you hear my birds?
Mm-hmm.
I'm now living in a forest. Here we go. She's everyone's Nana. Now, 974,000 followers. Maddie and Nana Finna. And they're from Sydney, Australia. Good day. Okay. Any particular one do you want us to focus on? We'll just put
She
one of the ones in the
didn't. She
middle.
didn't say.
Okay, we'll go with one that's here.
What did you say?
It's a little bit stupid.
Why?
Look, Maastricht. Ma si può sapere quella già legge.
You have to read all of them.
Never mind.
No, it just is a marketing way to get people to read the book. Must read.
E Maastricht lo dicono tutto quanto però.
Yeah, because they're all good books.
Ma deve essere solo quello che è più importante.
They're all good books, Nonna.
All good?
Mm.
Yeah, I know che è all good, però ci sta uno che è più nuovo.
Mm.
Come on. This is not correct.
What did you say?
It's a little bit stupid.
Why?
Let's see what the next one.
Stanno ora settata la sedia.
Yeah, I just want to sit
Ma
down.
cammina.
Nonna, I just want to sit down and read my book.
E dove sta il buco?
Why can't I just sit down? We'll wait for the plane.
No, si deve un po' carburare.
So what do we have to do?
Allora, hot bath,
So what do you want to do?
walking,
Where?
look around. Perché dopo ma sta un'ora settata. Un'ora. Cammina mo.
Yes, Nonna. You walk, I'm going to stay here.
All right, we walk up and down.
Alright.
Because the way là, non è cosa sta settata. Cammina. Lui anche, me on you.
Me.
E perciò tu sei young e tu puoi camminare. Noi, se ma sta un'ora. No, hanno mai
That's-
no, prodotto nessuno.
Yeah, you put chicken.
So this is a story about their
What is it
interactions
And
with
just
like
a little bit. I don't put a big chicken. Just a little piece for the taste.
Yeah, but Nonna,
Eh.
no animal products at all. Nothing. Just veggie.
Oh, non sapete niente dopo. Però poi if I put the quail, that's better the quail. It's smaller than a chicken.
No animal.
This is an animal, sheep, like a cow. This little quail.
So do you think you can make me just a vegetable soup next
Yeah,
week?
a little bit taste of quail. Non ti preoccupare, ci mettono un po' di salsiccia.
Nonna.
Oh, I know.
I love the interaction. Okay, that's a
That's
good
funny.
one. That's a good one.
So there's another one in there. It's called Warp Paint Journal. That's also from Lisa.
See it? Okay, see that one from Lisa. Anyone else out
Oh,
there?
they're just flooding
giving
in
some
now.
suggestions?
Yes, we got one
they
more.
give
Hold
us
on.
some
Look.
in? Okay, you
Let me
put them
look.
in, and I'll put them up. Okay, and looks like this one is War Paint Journal. This is interesting. War Paint Journal, 628 followers, and India's infotainment hub for the social media generation. Discover relatable content, news, memes, pop culture, and more. Okay, let's see what that's about. Let's see. We match the Zodiac with Marvel's deadliest villains and out your ultimate cosmetic alter ego match. Okay. This is why no one looks at TV any longer. There's so much entertainment on social media.
Yeah. You can get lost. Like you go on your phone for one
You
thing
can
and
get
then all of a sudden you
lost.
find yourself down a rabbit hole.
Look at this. Thanos. Oh, so Thanos is a Sagittarius? Interesting. Interesting how they paired them up. Oh, this is mine. Pisces. Carnage.
Venom.
Chaotic and delirious emotion without control. Pure madness wrapped in blood and fantasy. That pretty much sums us up in the Pisces world. Okay, good job. Okay, and let's here.
There's one last one too.
Okay, so it's pop culture. This is definitely about pop culture. Okay. Something to look at. War Paint Journal. Nobody understands the bond between a girl and the emo song she listens to when she was 13. Okay, cool. Interesting.
There's one more in the private chat. It's called "Move Me to Portugal."
Oh, that's one of my friends. One of my friends is right now moving to Portugal. And one friend was there, and now they're stuck. They're not coming back home. They're staying there. They're not coming back to America. Portugal is, but can I tell you something about Portugal? Because I've been following the expats. The expats in Portugal are now having some struggles because the prices are going up because so many Americans are moving there. The stability.
That's what happens when you have an influx of people into a particular place. People see that there's a demand for it, so they will raise the prices. And what ends up happening is you end up pushing the people that live there or native to there out of their own communities.
And they're not happy about that. So here is a Portugal realtor property agent, Joseph, and 57.7K followers. Movement to Portugal. It's a big thing, y'all. It really is. A lot of Americans are leaving the States and going to Portugal. And they have special stuff that they are offering because they lost a lot of their population due to a homogeneous society. So when you don't have immigrants coming into your society, you don't have a workforce to take care of the elderly as everyone starts to age. So now they're asking for people from around the world to come live in Portugal. And people are. And a lot of them are Americans. So he says, American in Portugal, I love helping expats relocate to Portugal and filming beautiful homes in Lisbon, Cascais, how you say that? Cascais. And
Cascais.
Okay, here we go. Cascais. The other thing about
Welcome to my Instagram account, Moving to Portugal. I'm Joseph Gonzalez, a property and real estate agent here in the Portuguese real estate market. And this is a place where you can get genuine insight about the good, the bad, along with all the local insights about living your best life here in the Portuguese Riviera. I would say probably my favorite thing about Cascais and all the towns along the coastal train line is the fact that you have so much beach access. It's about 20 miles of beautiful coastline and sandy beaches. So let me be your guide as we explore moving to and living in Portugal, along with all the neighborhood tours and all the things that are coming soon to Portugal. Also, be sure to check out some of my videos down below and follow this Instagram account for all things when it comes to moving to Portugal. And if you ever need help buying or selling a home in Portugal, my team and I would love to help. Welcome to my Instagram account, Moving to Portugal. I'm Joseph.
So I want to. This is actually an interesting point.
We're here in Lapa, in the center of Lisbon, about to take a look at a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment that is brand new. It comes with this lemon tree that is a staple of this patio area that gives you 200 square meters of living.
Oh no,
now,
I
the
have
great thing about this,
I want you to
also
speak while I was going through it, so you can share what you were saying.
Oh no, what I was noticing is a lot of other countries, especially those countries that have big tourism, they're finding that a lot of people are not getting access to a lot of the things in their own country. So for instance, I was watching something maybe about 2 weeks ago about Jamaica. Jamaica has beautiful beaches, but the native people do not have access to those beaches because a lot of these larger hotels and resorts bought up all the beachfront property and privatized them. So now out of say there's 100 miles of coastline, the people only have access to maybe about 10% of those coastlines. And this is something that's occurring throughout the world now.
That's interesting. However, I do know that Portugal, it is on my list. It is definitely on one of my lists to check out because I have friends. I have now 3 sets of friends that live in Portugal. My neighbor that lived across the hall, she lives in Portugal now. She took her son there because she didn't want to raise her son in high school in America. So she sold her apartment, and she and I, that's how I got my brokers through her. And so she sold her apartment. She left last year. and I'm selling mine this year. And but they live in Portugal, and then but she went there about half a year before, so she's been there a year and a half. But her son now lives there and with her, and she says it was definitely some culture getting used to culturally, but she is Portuguese, so it wasn't a big transition for her. Yeah, but even as she's Portuguese but an American, but going there's a culture adjustment, she said. And then my friends who were visiting Portugal 4 weeks ago, they were supposed to be coming back to Delaware. And then I said to them, I said, when are you coming back home so I can come visit? They said, you can't, because we're not coming back home. I said, what do you mean you're not coming back home? We're staying here in Portugal. We're not coming back. And I said, really? And then my other friend from Long Island, she is packing up her things. She's selling her apartment, selling her house, I should say. And she is getting ready to move to Portugal as well. So I said, okay, everybody's moving. Everyone's getting out of Dodge if they can. So there's a lot of expats, and I follow a lot of expats on YouTube. And so that way you can check out, maybe we'll have an expat day, but there's a lot. You'd be surprised how many people have moved overseas over the last 5 to 6 years and now are doing amazing stuff and starting businesses. But don't think you can go there without something. You have to go to these countries already with a business established, meaning
and money in the
skill
bank.
set. Yeah, and a skill set. This black lady, African American, she went and she moved into Lisbon, and she created her own soul food restaurant because there were no soul food restaurants in Portugal. There weren't, and so she left her banking job and became. She always loved to cook, and so she took her skills, and now she has an amazing restaurant in downtown, and she had to learn the language and all that stuff. But also, one of the things she learned also about overseas, not like in America, most apartments come furnished. So she was able to get her apartment. It's cheaper. She don't have to pay for this. She has a maid come in every week to take care of her, clean the stuff. Because that's what, not like in America and overseas, if you're in Africa or Europe, Thailand, Vietnam, Hong Kong, most homes, when you get your apartment, you have a housekeeper that comes with it. So you pay for your housekeeper, but it's very small extra money. But when you rent your apartment, it comes furnished, and it usually has a housekeeper. So for Americans, that's a great thing because, your money goes a long way, especially if you're a retiree.
For now.
Okay. What's going on? So what are you guys saying in here? Mimi says, we need an expat day. Let's talk it. We can do it. We can do an expat day on one of our Fridays. Mimi says, Chris, so true. They are making room for expats and the money that comes with it. Yes. Yep. There's a big industry for expats now, especially Americans, because there is a big exodus happening here in America. So many people are leaving. No, not everyone, but there's a good number, a lot of people.
A good portion.
Kim says, yes, Chris, I haven't been to Jamaica in over 10 years, but I heard that then. Sad about Jamaica and the beaches. Mimi says, right for the visas. Kimmy says, they apparently have a nomad visa where you can stay a long time. Yep, this is what you could. You can get a nomad visa through Spain, which is the better one, and you can get a nomad visa, and then extend it and become a resident later. You can transfer that and then get a work permit. So there's a lot of ways of doing it, but if you're interested in getting away and leaving the country, you should go to some of these YouTube channels that are reparable. Like I said, that's why we'll have to set a day up for expat day, so I can give you the good, because there are some crackpots out there too. that are trying to just make money and to reel you in.
Swindlers.
Yeah, so there's always some shady characters out there, as always, but there are a lot of expats, and they're sharing their stories. What time is it? Oh, time to get ready. Do we have
Time to
any
go.
more?
Time to
Chris?
go. Nope, that
Any
was
more
it.
out
That's
there?
all I saw.
So Kimmy says, so start taking language lessons and find a remote work job. Exactly. A remote job where you can live anywhere in the world and work from. And for seniors, like in South Africa, you can get what's called a what they call oh gosh, it was just on my head just a moment ago. You can get a visa, retirement visa. You can get a retirement visa. So if you're an American and you want to live in South Africa, you can get a retirement visa, which is something I will be working on when I head to South Africa. So, and then you can transition that retire visa into permanent living. Okay, I think we have it all. I think that's it. Well, we got one thing I wanted to share. Make sure, remember, on World Photography Day is coming up August 16th, 2025. And make sure it's an event that's going to be at the Brooklyn Bridge, the Brooklyn Museum, and it's open to photographers, curators, writers, models, musicians, collectors, graphic artists, gallery owners, journalists, actors, actresses, and all who use photography. And there's a big photo shoot with Jamel Shabazz at 11 a.m. sharp. So put it on your calendar. Be a part of that. It's going to be awesome. Also, if you are looking for an event photographer, I shoot events. I will be next week in Martha's Vineyard photographing Martha's Vineyard's African American Film Festival. So I'll be doing that big event next week. So our scheduled time will be earlier. Next week we'll be on at 10 o'clock instead of 11 o'clock because my day there starts at 11. So we'll be starting at 10 o'clock next week. So I'll see you guys every day at 10 o'clock. And for the most part, and I will be at Martha's Vineyard, and I'll be also sharing you some special expert. Let me just pop that off the screen. I'll be sharing some special moments from Martha's Vineyard, like some things that relate to Jaws because they're celebrating Jaws' 50th anniversary. So we'll do that. And also, thank you guys for the Patreon folks that support this, what we do here. Become a Patreon member. That's how we stay afloat here. You pay the bills so that way we can be here. And then the next time we're together, we'll be talking about Gaza because I am really disturbed by Gaza, but I didn't go into it today. There's a couple of people that I want you to have on your radar. They post great information about what's going on the Gaza Strip. And Chris, any last words for you, sir?
Nope. Enjoy the weekend. Get out. It's a beautiful weekend in the Northeast. So make sure you're out there and just enjoy this beautiful weather we're having.
Excellent. And also, we will have our game night tonight. Game night tonight, y'all. Game night tonight, right here.
Make sure you take a nap today.
And I'm taking my nap. Wordle, connections, and spelling bee. New York Times games. We do our New York Times games, spelling our game night. So come on out. Join us at 11:30 right here on YouTube. Right here on YouTube, 11:30. And you'll be able to join us on game night. So I think we'll see you guys. I'll see you when I see ya. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Thank you very much. I see the love. I see George's 50th anniversary, says the wonderful Bryson, our pop man. And there we go. Have fun. Be safe, says Kimmy Kim. And happy birthday to everyone celebrating. Yes, happy August 1st. Happy August. Later. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.